As a project manager, you understand the critical role of meticulous financial tracking. Every naira spent, every receipt collected, contributes to the overall health and profitability of your projects. Zoho Books, a powerful cloud-based accounting software, offers a streamlined way to manage these expenses. However, like any tool, mastering its expense entry features is key to unlocking its full potential. This video, crafted with the clarity and precision you expect from a project management perspective, will walk you through the various methods of entering expenses in Zoho Books. We'll break down each step, ensuring that even those new to accounting software can confidently and accurately record their project-related expenditures. Think of this as your project plan for expense management within Zoho Books, clear, concise, and designed for success. Why accurate expense entry matters for project managers. Before we dive into the how, let's briefly touch upon the why. Accurate expense entry in Zoho Books is not just about bookkeeping. It's a cornerstone of effective project management. Budget control. Real-time visibility into expenses allows you to track spending against your project budget, identify potential overruns early, and take corrective actions. Profitability analysis. By accurately attributing expenses to specific projects, you can gain a clear understanding of project profitability, helping you make informed decisions about future endeavors. Client billing. For projects with reimbursable expenses, accurate records ensure you can bill clients correctly and transparently, fostering trust and avoiding disputes. Performance evaluation. Analyzing expense patterns across projects can provide valuable insights into resource utilization, cost efficiency, and areas for improvement in your project management processes. Tax compliance. Well-documented expenses are crucial for tax purposes, ensuring your business complies with local regulations in Nigeria. Navigating the Zoho Books interface for expense entry. Zoho Books offers a user-friendly interface. To begin entering expenses, you'll typically navigate to the Expenses module located in the left-hand sidebar. Clicking on this will usually present you with an overview of your recent expenses and options to add new ones. Method 1. Manual expense entry, the foundation. This is the most fundamental way to record expenses and is essential for capturing one-off or less frequent expenditures. Here's a step-by-step breakdown. Access the New Expense option. Within the Expenses module, you'll find a button or link labeled New Expense, Add Expense, or a plus icon. Click on this to open the expense entry form. Identify the expense source. Paid through. This field indicates how the expense was paid. Select the appropriate account from the drop-down menu. This could be your business bank account, a credit card, or even cash if you're tracking petty cash. Ensuring this is accurate is vital for reconciliation later. Specify the payee. Spent at. Enter the name of the vendor or supplier from whom the goods or services were purchased. If this is a recurring vendor, Zoho Books might auto-suggest their name as you type. If it's a new vendor, you'll likely have the option to add them to your contact list. Categorize the expense category. This is crucial for financial reporting and analysis. Zoho Books provides a predefined list of expense categories, e.g., travel, supplies, marketing. Select the category that best describes the nature of the expense. If you need a new category, you might have the option to add it, depending on your user permissions. Enter the expense date. Record the date on which the expense was incurred. This might differ from the date you are entering it into Zoho Books. Input the amount. Enter the exact amount of the expense. Be mindful of the currency if you are dealing with international transactions. Zoho Books usually handles currency conversion if properly configured. Add a description. Optional but recommended. Provide a brief description of what the expense was for. This helps in providing context and can be invaluable for future reference, especially when reviewing reports or dealing with audits. For project-related expenses, include the project name or code here. Associate with a customer/project. Crucial for project managers, this is where you link the expense to a specific project or customer. Look for fields labeled customer, project, or similar. Selecting the relevant project ensures the expense is correctly allocated and can be included in project-specific reports and client invoices, if applicable. Make it billable, if applicable. If the expense is reimbursable by the client, check the billable box. You'll usually have the option to mark it up or bill it at cost when creating the invoice. Attach receipts. Best practice Zoho Books allows you to attach digital copies of receipts or invoices. This is highly recommended for audit trails and easy verification. You can typically upload files from your computer or even scan them using a mobile app if Zoho Books offers this feature. Save the expense. Once you've filled in all the necessary details, click the Save button to record the expense. Method 2. Recurring expenses, automating repetitive entries. For expenses that occur regularly, e.g., monthly subscriptions, rent, Zoho Books allows you to set up recurring expense profiles. This saves time and reduces the risk of forgetting to record these outlays. Navigate to recurring expenses. Within the Expenses module, look for a section or tab labeled Recurring Expenses. Create a new recurring expense. Click on New Recurring Expense or a similar button. Fill in the details. Similar to manual entry, you'll encounter a form similar to the manual expense entry, where you'll specify the paid through account, spent at, category, amount, and description. Remember to associate it with the relevant customer/project. If applicable, configure the recurrence pattern. This is the key part. You'll define how often the expense occurs, e.g., daily, weekly, monthly, annually, and the start and end dates of the recurrence. You can also specify on which day of the week or month the expense occurs. Set billing options. If applicable, if the recurring expense is billable, configure the billing settings as needed. Save the recurring expense profile. Once configured, Zoho Books will automatically create expense entries based on the schedule you've defined. You'll usually have the option to review and edit these generated expenses before they are finalized. Method 3. Importing expenses, handling bulk data. If you have a large number of expenses to enter at once, e.g., from a bank statement or a spreadsheet, Zoho Books often provides an import functionality. Prepare your data. Ensure your expense data is organized in a compatible format, typically a CSV, comma-separated values, or Excel file. The file should have columns corresponding to the required fields in Zoho Books, e.g., date, amount, category, description, paid through. Refer to Zoho Books documentation for the specific format requirements. Navigate to the Import option. Within the Expenses module, look for an Import button or a similar option, often found under a More Actions or Settings menu.